episode is with a tech aficionado turned startup advocate with a passion for customer care. Having created internet solutions to help new and seasoned entrepreneurs to have an online presence by registering their great ideas, premium domain exchange platform, and more online services, getting to start your online journey couldn't be easier with his vision and expertise. Wahid, welcome to Failures and Beyond.
I'm happy to be the first guest on Fab DXB. My name is Wahid Aziz, and I'm the CEO of a brand called tasjeel.ae, which is known as a domain registrar cloud services company based in the UAE. It's been open since 2009, serving UAE customers and GCC customers.
Fab DXB podcast, the whole concept behind it is about failures and what those failures teach you to take you beyond that experience. And one of the reasons why I love this topic of failure is because, first of all, there was quite a taboo around it. And I like brave people who are able and courageous enough to break through those barriers. And it's actually something everyone experiences. If you call it a mistake, or if you call it a disappointment, or a failed experience, you can dress it up as you wish. But ultimately, it was something that happened that you either were not expecting or was something that set you back. And the whole beauty of it is, how do you move beyond that? So I want to deep dive into that experience as an entrepreneur. And for me, your story is interesting in its own way because you didn't start tasjeel.ae. You actually bought it. So I want to know, what's been your most challenging part of the entrepreneurship journey for you so far?
Sure. So you're correct. But also to say, everyone loves an underdog, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves
me.
that underdog story. And a lot of our clients are people that are not online. They haven't been online before. They are starting as a digital first business, or they're a brick and mortar company. And I love spending time with them, talking to them and guiding them on what are the options that they can do. But, you're absolutely right. The business tasjeel.ae was launched in 2009. And myself and Dominic, who's my business partner, acquired the business in 2018 from the owner of the business, who's a lovely guy. He's amazing, and we're still in contact. We meet for coffee every month, so I love him a lot. But when we bought it in May, it wasn't doing so well. It was going downhill. And within 3 weeks, we turned around a new website, a new order process, a new support process, and relaunched it as what you see today with the logo and the site style and the way that things are written. And for us, I feel that because, we were small and nimble, we did a lot of things right in the beginning, because it was about taking an existing business, looking at the pain points that were already there, and then utilizing our experience from our previous job roles to fix it and provide the great service, which we did. And alhamdulillah, now we're like 5 years later, and the trajectory is just, up and up and up. What we've found hard is actually this growth phase that we're in now. We were doing it ourselves, and we can't do other things because there's only two of us and there's only infinite amount of time.
Sure. So what I want to know is, how are you combating that? The fact that you are doing so many elements yourself, and time is of the essence. So what are you doing to find a solution to that problem?
Sure. So I'm sure every business owner or entrepreneur or someone who's growing has realized there is something called delegation.
Oh yeah, that beautiful little word. Yes, indeed.
And I've realized the word delegation now. It's very hard to delegate, because when you've done it so long yourself, or with just in a small team, you just don't feel that someone will care as much about you as you, and you have a certain way of doing it, so you want to put that way on top of people. But it's been a hard realization, but delegation has been key for us.
Yeah. To be honest with you, I realized that from my side, watching other entrepreneurs go through that, I wear so many different hats. I've been there. I've done that too. Either you're bootstrapping, or you just need to get a grip on all the different aspects that you have to deal with in your business until you realize if this is actually going to work, and you're going to start injecting more funds to, employ new people or find freelancers or however you want to do it. But delegating, boy, that one takes a lot of trust.
So the magic of realization with what you're saying is, we started to work with professionals that could deliver us something that we needed for our business. However, because Dominic and I, we did it ourselves for a long time, we knew our systems is, we know our
Yeah.
processes, we know how what needs to be injected to make our business better. So instead of hiring someone full time for a job and then maybe after 3 months they're not needed anymore, which is a waste of everyone's time, we're able to use the internet and get these freelancers to come in to deliver a specific solution for our business, and then they can go out because we can still manage it and have it in an automated way. But where we do spend a lot of time and a lot of money and a lot of hard work is in staff
Mm.
for supporting our clients. So, we hire slow and we fire fast. And the thing is, if someone who comes into our business doesn't believe our mantra, which is support is not a department, it's an attitude, then unfortunately they got to leave, because that's the crux of what we do. Our
Yeah.
core is support is not a department, it's an attitude. And myself and Dominic, we are still involved in doing support tickets or live chats or fixing issues. We're not out of the business.
Because you love that aspect so much. You like being in touch with your customers. You like to be there. And I think that is so important in businesses, that don't lose sight of what that element in your business you love to do yourself. Delegation is great, and I think it's very important to delegate. I had trouble letting go of that control mechanism when it came to delegating to other people. But if you love doing certain aspects, you should continue to do them. But I think to give yourself more time to be able to work on your business, you have to learn to delegate. And
Correct.
that comes again with you. You trusted the right people because you have that mechanism where you're hiring with care, and you're selecting the people based on the fact that they are in alignment with your mantra. And I
Correct.
think that's perfect. That's a beautiful way to do it.
And also when it comes to freelancers, the beauty of what we do is we have the creative control initial idea part, but it's taken time, but we found the people to work with that are able to take the idea and execute. And that's important. We still hold creative control, but we have the trusted people to execute, and they understand our business enough to generate new ideas and present it.
What was that biggest failure that you experienced in your entrepreneurial journey that was that change maker that helped you pivot your business, that helped you streamline it, or just improve it to the point of where you didn't think that was a thing that you had to worry about? What was that change making failure?
So it was mainly within myself of I was doing all the marketing and content creation and thinking about the ideas of how to get our brand name out there in the beginning. However, being an online business, it was very easy and quick for competitors to follow suit
Mm,
and to pick up on the idea because they
yeah.
had a bigger customer base. And that really got me down to the point where I was like, I can't focus on everything. I can't come up with a campaign idea, do support, make sure that we're profitable, make sure that we're dealing with the banks, make sure that the legal stuff's taken care of, and the funds are there and all of that stuff. So I would be doing the marketing ideas, but I couldn't do a whole strategy around it. So
Yeah.
I would do one, it would be positive, and then seeing someone else do it or do it similarly really put me down to the point where I was procrastinating. And
Mm,
that's why I say it's within myself that by seeing this, it knocked me down, because you don't know if it's successful for them or not, right? You start, talking to yourself in your head.
sure.
But I spoke to my mentor that has been with me for 10 years. And he turned around and he said to me, why you take it as a compliment. Someone copying you is a compliment. All you need to find out is, how do you keep that momentum going, and how do you push past that? And that's where we started to work with professionals and partnerships to extend our brands in different way that didn't require it to be directly Tisjil. We're in other places without it being known as Tisjil.
Okay, so you hit upon an interesting topic there as well, competitors, and how you can stay ahead of the game. And obviously, through your experience, that you were able to then find a way to navigate that. That was, I mean, that can be quite a debilitating state for a lot of business owners, because everything you're doing to get ahead, you're finding there's somebody else who's following suit. So you have to always be one step ahead of the game. You have to always be more creative. You have to have great ideas. And then you have to look behind you and think, who's going to follow me next? And who's following, and it's helping their business. So competition, I think, is great. I think there's a huge benefit to having a competitive advantage and to have competition, because it just helps you excel. But I'm interested to know as well, those competitors, what are they doing now that you've reformulated and you're miles ahead? You're creating content in bulk and you're just, 10 steps ahead instead of 2 steps ahead.
Honestly, we're just driving forward and not looking back.
Love it. I think that is a beautiful attitude to have. It is, honestly. Bravo.
Thank you. So there's a few things there. It's the competitor that you fear is the one that's not looking at you. And someone told me a cool saying, which is "you do you," and I've taken that mantra, and it's true. You do you, and the core of what we do is providing a good, stable service with great customer support. As long as we look after those two pillars, then we will be fine no matter what happens. And the other thing that is important when it comes to competitors is that it's easy to look at people and say, oh, I want that, or I can try that, or I can do that. It's like throwing spaghetti on the wall to see what sticks. We almost fully went into that, but what we realize is that you can't be everything to everyone, because if you're everything to everyone, you become nothing to no one. So we focus on our niche and what we do at our core, which is domain name, website, and email cloud hosting services.
tasjeel.ae are the fastest growing UAE domain and hosting provider. Exclusive only to FabDXP subscribers, benefit from 50% discount on their hosting services by using the promo code FabDXP. Just visit tasjeel.ae and you can elevate your online presence.